Majesties invite before them those members of the Order of the Marche who are present.
Thank you! Oh no, a shenanigan! Darn!
Good cheer.
There's some unfinished business.
I believe. Was it this group? Was it Emily? Was it Robert? There are so many of you, I'm not sure who asked us. But I believe you asked us a question at Penton.
It was me. Your Majesty, I would like to beg a boon.
If it be a right and proper thing, it shall be yours.
Step back a little. I'd like to bring to your attention Forester Gwyneth Cole, whose precision with the bow is only matched by her passion. As an archer, she doesn't lead by hitting the mark. She inspires others to aim higher. Her focus under pressure and her ability to guide others with confidence and grace make her not just a skilled archer, but a true leader on and off the field. She keeps her eyes not only on the target, but on the horizon, always looking forward, always preparing for what comes next. Her vision for the future is as sharp as her aim, and it's that forward focus that sets her apart and makes her worthy of the Order of the Marche.
Your Excellency, that sounds like an absolute person that deserves to be named to the Order of the Marche. Harold, please call forth the candidate.
Gwyneth Cole, present yourself before their majesties.
There had to be a tasty burger.
Is there a member of the chivalry who will attest to Gwyneth's courtesy and chivalry?
Hi, Your Majesty. May I address your populace? As a member of the chivalry, I have been asked to speak on Gwyneth's half today. When I first became a knight, one of the pieces of advice I was given was, whoever you take as a man-at-arms or a squire, make sure their lady and your lady get along, or else no one is going to get along. So when I went to take Gwyneth's long-term, committed boyfriend, Maldani, into my household, I asked my lady what she thought of Gwyneth, and she said, I love her. She talks a lot, so I don't have to. And thus quickly I found out two things about Gwyneth. First, it was easy to get her goat, and she would talk on anything she wanted her to talk about for as long as you could get her to talk. And secondly, that she was a very passionate person who was unafraid to tell you what she thought and was willing to stand up for what she believed in. All good qualities in a peer. Now, little did I know when I took Maldani to be a man-at-arms that I was getting a 2-for-1 package deal, as Gwyneth was an aspiring combat archer and also would become my man-at-arms. When she was new, members of our household tried to keep an eye on her and mostly keep her out of harm's way and happily shooting spearmen with arrows. Quickly that changed, and we no longer had to look out for Gwyneth on the battlefield, and she became integral to our unit. She was a combat archer you could count on to kill people that needed killing. If needed, a duke with a spear, if I needed a duke with a spear dead, I could count on her to hit them with arrows, and for that duke to die some of the time. She had become part of the ship, part of the crew, as we say. So finally, after years of fighting with us, we convinced her to come out to 100 Minutes War, an event 6 hours away in the East Kingdom, or 5 hours away if Gwyneth is driving, and 4 hours away if His Majesty is driving. We had talked up this event for years, and Gwyneth came loaded for bear. She brought so many bolts that we barely could fit into the car. And after the first half of the 100 minutes, She had shot so many bullets with her crossbow, she had literally pulled her arms off. We had to take her to see Sir Tanaka, who was a nurse, and he diagnosed her with having both tennis elbow and golfer's elbow at the same time in both arms. And at that point, we had to force her from the field because she still wanted to come back and shoot. She didn't want to let us down. She didn't want to disappoint the team. Her passion to be there fighting with us was as great as any warrior on the battlefield, and over the years, she has more than earned the title of warrior. Now, early on, when I was getting to know Gwyneth and Muldowney, I was vaguely aware that they were heavily involved in this archery community thing. At one point, I asked them, "Are you guys any good?" And they said, with great humility, "Yeah, we're pretty okay." And when I asked how okay they were, Muldowney said at that time, he was the best, and I'm told if I get this wrong, people will kill me, best hand bow archer in the Middle Kingdom. And Gwyneth said she was like in the top 25% or top 10. And as time went on, Muldowney stated that he was still the best, but now she was the best female handbow archer in the Middle Kingdom. And then after a while, Gwyneth came back to report to us with glee that she was now the best handbow archer in the Middle Kingdom, and Muldowney was the best male archer. And as a household, we all rejoiced in Muldowney's downfall. Now, that work she put in to achieve this prowess with the bow didn't happen overnight. She put in the work year after year, practice after practice, arrow after arrow. She even built her own archery range in her backyard, which was basically the place to shoot for the Cleflins. It is so important to that community that when she sold that house, Davith, another archer in the community, had to buy it so they didn't lose their range. She did all this pretty much just for the love of the game. There was no cookie waiting for her at the end of her path, no belt, no spurs, no peerage. Just the reward of being a little better than she was the day before. That dedication to practice and improvement and her community when there was no reward, and for her prowess and skill on the battlefield and the range, is why I recommend her to you today to become a leader.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Is there a member of the Order of the Laurel who will speak on Gwyneth's arts and sciences?
I am Master Millicent McMahon of the Order of the Laurel, and I would claim that matchless honor if I may address your populace.
Please do so.
Your Majesties, your Highnesses, all nobility, gentle populace, mastery is not the work of a moment. It is my favorite peer-like virtue, the constant hunger to strive and to improve. As Sir Thorin said, to be a little bit better today than you were the day before. And that Forester Gwyneth does in all aspects of her life. Not just archery. A peer is well-rounded, and Gwyneth applies this to her costuming, her hat, her equipment, teaching others, and the social graces. Things that get criticized so quickly in people who are maybe a little bit nerdy, maybe an engineer. They are not known for being able to talk to other people. And Gwyneth knew this. And she worked hard at honing that skill. Just as hard as she worked on finishing her seams, making her costume a little bit better, making her archery a little bit better. Every aspect of her life, she is constantly striving to be a better person than she was the day before. And for that, I cannot recommend her more to your Majesty.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Usually at this time we call the hunters forward, but we called you all early. We wanted to know how many of you were hearing us? All of you? But there's supposed to be a trumpet for that. Can you do that again?
Boy, oh boy, I love performing.
So we were supposed to call them up, and there was supposed to be more trumpets. ladies, is it your opinion that Gwyneth, for her prowess, loyalty, and courtesy, is worthy of elevation to the Order of the Mark?
Aye!
So, Gwyneth, right mindful of your prowess of ranged weapons and responsive to the wishes of your peers, we are resolved to create you a Jaeger of the Mark.
Know that to wear the bracers of the Order of the Mark is to hold a sacred trust, that the obligations of peerage will demand your efforts every moment of your life.
A Jaeger of the Mark must serve all persons, building firm the face of immeasurable obstacles, diligently watching so that all may be protected.
Jaeger of the Mark must be patient in all things, measuring the weight of your words, speaking absolute truth at all times.
A Jaeger of the Mark must ever be mindful of the power of their weapon, knowing there is no return from whence it's released.
A Jaeger of the Mark must love their kingdom and fulfill most faithfully their feudal duties to their baron and their sovereign, teaching all those that would come up behind them.
Their words must be true beyond question. They must never flee from the face of their foes, but stand fast and aim true. They must preserve when the light is darkest, and always and everywhere, they must be the guardians of humility and resolution.
The laws of society and the customs of the kingdom require that a Jaeger possess exceptional prowess as you have demonstrated upon the field. That a Jaeger be considerate, as you have shown yourself to be, and these nobles attest, and that a Jaeger be loyal to their kingdom and the society. You then desire to accept the burden of prayer.
Okay, we have to confirm. You're an engineer, we have to confirm this. We need to know it's right. Okay, thank you. Are there bracers? Take from our hands these symbols of nobility and a token of our esteem. Wear it proudly that all may recognize your skills and your service we have acknowledged.
Is there a medallion? Oh yeah, I think
Is
that's
there-
a legacy.
This is one of the expertly, beautifully crafted regional legacy medallions that were gifted to this order by Sir Silverthorn. It was an honor to be the premier and the first to hold it, and I can't wait to see the tremendous and wonderful legacy it will bear.
For which region?
For North Oaken.
Wear this medallion as a token of your fealty. Is there an ordinance?
There is.
Oh, there's two.
This is as there is a North Oaken medallion, this is the Oaken axe for North and South Oaken. I will try to recite the lineage of the axe, if you will allow me. It is very long. I will do my best. I practice all the way over here. Well, Donnie McGrew, Talia's in a marching field.
Bear your ordinance with skill, so disposing your heart to goodness that you never use it to injure anyone unjustly, but to always use it to defend the just and the right.
Steadfastness, ever ready with bow, blade, watchful of the ropes, thus swear I.
This do we hear and shall never forget, nor fail to reward that which is given. Fealty with love, service with honor, and oath breaking with justice.
So, in remembrances of oaths given and received, in remembrance of your lineage and obligation, be thou a good Jaeger. Gwyneth, as we've discussed, you wish to receive a buffet from Her Majesty.
We're doing a buffet! This is the morning! Alright, so, me first. Hold. Let this be the last blow you receive unanswered.
Gwyneth, if you ever shall fail your oath, may it be as with this arrow.
Good people of the mid-road, I present to you the newest Jaeger of the Mark, Gwyneth Cole! What's our important, all right?
Order of the Mark, please take your newest member away. After she grabs her weapon.
The newest Jaeger, Gwyneth Cole, huzzah!